I don't know about you, but a lot of my friends were due to go on holiday during lockdown, and so they've had those holidays cancelled. And what a lot of them have done is when they were due to go on holiday, the actual day when they were supposed to arrive, is they've posted photos on Facebook, and they've put things like, "This is where I should have been," and there's a picture of a beautiful beach or a swimming pool or a fantastic sunset or a really lovely hotel. And I'm not sure if that's kind of helped them or if that was therapy or something, but that's what they've did. And I was due to go on holiday during this period as well. But I never put a picture on Facebook of "this is where I should have been," because, well, you'll see, this is where I should have been. That's right, I was due to go to Auschwitz, the Nazi concentration camp in Poland, where millions of Jews died during the Second World War. And so you can see why I didn't kind of post a picture of that alongside all my friends' beach scenes to say this is where I should have been. But one of the reasons I really wanted to go to Auschwitz, because in my experience, what I found is in the darkest places, you can discover the deepest truths. And so I wanted to go and just kind of reflect on what happened there and what it might mean and what I could learn. And because that's what Viktor Frankl did. He was a Jew in the Second World War. He was in Auschwitz and other concentration camps. And as he was there and he observed those around him, he noticed something. And he noticed that those that had a reason for living, for keeping going, actually survived much longer, even though they were in the same conditions. And he found those that didn't have any reason or purpose for living, that they would struggle to cope and they would die much quicker than those that had maybe some sort of reason. Maybe they had a wife or a husband or a child or maybe something they wanted to do in the future. But if they had that, that seemed to help them physically and mentally just get through the horrific conditions. And what he noticed is if anyone lost that reason, so maybe they were looking forward to meeting their husband or wife again and they found out that they died, he noticed that actually rather than sustaining them, when they found out about that loss, that they would quickly die as well. And he came up with this kind of great quote, this kind of summary of this deepest truth that he found in the darkest place. And it was this, that those with a why can live with any how. Those with a why can live with any how. That if you have a purpose and a reason and a focus, then actually you can cope with any circumstances around you. And from that, he developed a therapeutic approach to helping people, which was just about helping them find out meaning, whatever suffering or struggles they were going through. Rather than trying to just get to the bottom of that, he felt that if he helped people get a meaning, a purpose, that would help them. From my experience of speaking with people, that idea of if you find a why, you can cope with any how probably resonates with your experience. If you're someone who's discovered a purpose, then you'll probably find, yeah, that's absolutely true. If you're someone who's not sure what their purpose is, you probably find that quote true as well, because you feel a sense of listlessness, you feel a sense of, actually, what am I meant to do? I feel I'm meant to do something. And within the kind of modern self-help movement, there's an idea that actually just find whatever purpose you want. You can do whatever you want to do. Just create it for yourself. There's nothing that you're supposed to do. Just do whatever you want. But I'm not sure that that's actually true. So, for example, here's a little plastic tub, and you could use this plastic tub for whatever you wanted. You could use it to carry liquids in, which is what I tend to do. You could use it to play football in. You could use it and put it on your stove and you could heat up some water in it. You could use it for whatever you want, but certain things you could use it for would actually damage it. If you used it to play football, you could do it, but I don't think it would last very long. You'd probably stand on it and it would get damaged. If you used it on a stove and heated it up, actually, not only would that damage it, it would probably be pretty dangerous. It might set on fire. If you used it to carry liquids, it would probably do a really great job. Because certain things that are around, they have a purpose, and if you use them for the wrong purpose, it can actually be damaging, it can be harmful. And I want to suggest that's the same for human beings as well, that we have a purpose. And if we use ourselves for the wrong things or for things we were not designed for, we'll actually find it damaging. And I know that within lockdown, they think that the amount of domestic abuse in households has gone up. Now, I don't think that human beings are meant to be in abusive relationships. I think that that's harmful rather than our purpose. Within lockdown, they reckon online gambling has gone through the roof, and gambling addiction has gone up as well. And I don't think that a human being's purpose is to be addicted to gambling. I think that's harmful. I think it's damaging. There can be other things like trying to be rich or sleeping around a lot. Then I'm not sure that from my experience of speaking to people that's our ultimate purpose as well. Sometimes the best way to find out what something's purpose is to speak to the one who made it. If you had an object and you didn't know what it was for, if you spoke to the one who made it, they could tell you what its purpose was. What happens if you could speak to the one who made you? And you could say, actually, what's my purpose? What am I created for? For you are God's masterpiece, it says in the Bible, that you are God's masterpiece, that He's created you and He has shaped you, that you've been created anew in Christ Jesus, that it's possible to have a new start in Jesus. And that if you do that, He's got good works that He's planned for you to do. And I don't know if you've got a purpose. I don't know if you're kind of wondering that. But maybe you might want to be open to the possibility that the one who created you has a purpose for you, that He's got good works that He's planned for you to do, that you're His masterpiece, and that if you find that you did the things that you were meant to do, the things that were your purpose, that actually you may find that it doesn't damage you, but it brings you joy and it brings you purpose and it brings you fulfillment, for you're God's masterpiece, that He's created good works, that He wants to make you new in Christ Jesus. I wonder what possibilities for your life you might be missing out on because you're just relying on your own sense of creating purpose and making it up and just responding to what's in front of you. Whereas if you listen to the wisdom of the one who created you, if you were open to His power and the things that He's got for you, I wonder what sort of joy and life and possibilities might open up before you. I know in my experience that when I've listened to the one who's made me, when I've looked at the planned good works that He has for me and I've responded to that it's been the best experience that I've ever had. It's felt that I'm just in the right place. You know, that sense of actually this fits. This is my destiny. This is what I was meant for. And when I've had those experiences, when I've listened to the one who's made me, it's just been a real sense of destiny, a real sense of fit. And I would encourage you that you might want to speak just now to the one who's made you. That you might, maybe you're not a church person, maybe you've never prayed before, but that doesn't matter. You might not believe in God, but He still believes in you. And you might just want to take some time and maybe go for a walk or just sit quietly now. And all you need to say is, what is it you've got planned for me, God? Are the good things that you want me to do? Will you just speak to me right now? Will you just pop those things into my mind or speak to me in other ways? And who knows? Who knows? Maybe that will just change the course of your life.